Thank you, good people. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. I am your homie, HerbMan, busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody. Go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. We're coming live from South Africa, live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Go somewhere, get situated so that you can learn how to heal thyself. But you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. We teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness and the wholeness and the wellness that you deserve, all right? And you don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen, you guys, and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I'm going to work for my food. You work for yours. Let's interact and let's heal together. Okay? Let's heal together. What you just witnessed is frequency. And I keep telling you guys that frequency is all that is required. There's nothing else that's required. Okay? Your frequency, not the frequency through a mediator, not the frequency through a medium, not the frequency through a guide, but your sound, your frequency is very much necessary in your journey. Okay? It is very much necessary in your journey. So if you don't understand your frequency, your sound, if you don't understand your commitment and what you're going to do, then you won't get self-healing. You won't be able to heal thyself, nor will you give room for the body to be able to do what it does best, heal you itself, because you don't know how to remove yourself out of the way and allow the body to do what it's been doing all this time. See, we allow ourselves to get stuck in the middle. We are the obstructions to our own self. We are the obstruction that needs to be removed. And what we teach you here at the HerbMan Show It's simply how to do just that, how to discharge, how to release, how to remove yourself from a situation. And experience is not something you come and look for a fix. You just come and fit in with your voice, your sound, your instrument, and let the fixing happen by itself. We heal faster together. And today we're going to talk to you about frequency. And this ain't got nothing to do with manifestation talk, hurts, none of that. This is simply talking about the nervous system at a population scale, changing your world through frequency. How many of you can put frequency in the chat? Put frequency in the chat. Changing your world through frequency. And we're going to use social media platforms to do this, where you can understand how humming and how vibratory things like that can regulate not only you as an individual, but humanity via the social media. And this is where there's no belief required. There's no doctrine, just simply biology. When you hear people say change your world, they're actually meaning changing your opinions about things, your perspective about things. They're actually meaning if you could change your beliefs about things, the way that you view things, your standpoint on things, right? Changing the systems in which you may reside in, or changing the systems around you, or changing the systems that you're in. Okay, changing politics. A lot of times when people say change your world or change the world, this is what they mean. But the world doesn't move because your mind is going to change. The world moves when your nervous system become changed. So that means your inner world and your outer world is determining upon how you work your nervous system. And today we're talking about the most underestimated tool for individual and global change, and it's frequency. And when I say frequency, I'm specifically talking about humming and vibration. And this ain't spirituality. It's biological. It's social. It's global. And it's time for us as humans to start to understand how these things work to calm us, soothe us, bring us back into peace. And peace and joy and all that stuff, those are the things that you want to have every day. Now, I ain't saying that you're going to have every day those things, but you have to have waste disposal. So that when you get stuff in your life that you really don't want, you know how to release it. You know how to let it go. You know how to dispose of it. And all the time we teach you about light. But light is the primary way in which you receive instructions. But you didn't get that. In your mother's womb, you was in water. That sound, all you could do was hear. And most humans are not primarily influenced by information. They are influenced by a state of being. Because, see, what you don't understand is that a state spreads faster than ideas. Fear spreads faster than facts. Calm spreads faster than logic. Regulation spreads faster than belief. And this is the fundamental reason why frequency matters. And when you're trying to get healing, when you're trying to get that new ideal, when you're trying to change your life, you need to learn how to hum. because it is the thing that you can do wherever you are, in whatever situation you're in. And humming does three things instantly: frequency, vibration. Your sound is automatically going to activate your vagus nerve, which is most of our issues come from. It automatically will help slow down the heart rhythm. Now that's heart coherence. Now that's telling the body everything is okay. It's automatically going to help you lengthen in your exhale. Remember, we breathe in the nose and hum out the exhale, right? So you're going to be exhaling longer. Guess what? It's going to help out with carbon dioxide, carbonic acid, all of some of the acids that are in the body you can release more of, and also you're increasing your nitric oxide, which is going to help produce what? Good heart rate variability, but also good blood pressure and also good libido, because nitric oxide helps that, right? Okay, so the body needs to know these things. So humming your frequency and your vibration, you just need to get safety there for us to do the rest. So the reason why this humming and this vibration is so important, because this is the preparation. This is the church. This is the preparation. This is the church between you and you internally. No middleman required. No book required, no belief required, and you don't have to do nothing but just be ready to hear your own sound. You don't need to turn on the radio, no tweet, no TV, no cell phone, no guided anything, no sound bowls, no any outside source of sound. And when you get the understanding, you first came into the waters of the womb. So sound is what you had first before light. You couldn't see nothing in the womb of the belly of your mama. But her light was putting instructions in the water, and the water was incubating you. But it was mama's light. But the baby was only influenced by sound. And sometimes when you want to get back to baby mode, when you want to get back to somebody taking care of you, when you want to get back into the bosom of nature of God, you got to get back into your childlike format. And that's when you're getting closer back to your sound, so that you can hear the voice of nature within you. And you'll see that this requires no story, no memory, no belief, no battery required. You see, this is why children hum. This is why the elders hum. This is why cultures hum. This is why workers will hum. And even mothers soothing their children, they would hum. Humming is before language. Humming is a pre-installed regulatory or regulation program within you. It's a pre-installed. So I ain't got to pop in no external tape. I can cut on my own vibration. I don't have to worry about somebody else that I need to vibe with. I can vibrate within myself. It's a preset. It's a pre-language regulation tool that you don't even got to speak. And you'll see that frequency spreads through co-regulation. The nervous system entrains, meaning that one thing will influence the other. Calm will get contagious. One regulated system can influence another. This is measurable. Heart rhythms have been known to synchronize. Breathing has been known to synchronize. Muscle tone can soften collectively when we hum. And that's why crowds can panic. And you can start feeling anxiety just being around other folks feeling anxiety. That's why crowds can calm. If everybody else chilling, you feel chill. And that's why music can change the mood instantly. frequency can move before thought. And I'm going to use social media as a delivery system. Because social media already spreads frequency. Just not the right ones, right? And so right now you can scroll all you want and you can find urgency. You can find outrage. You can find comparisons. You can find stimulation. You can find fear loops. But those same platforms we can utilize to spread the truth. But the truth can't be spoken. We can use these same platforms to spread regulation, to spread calm, grounding, to spread coherence and relief. Social media isn't a toxic thing. But when you have unregulated frequency, that's when it gets toxic. And humming can work through the screen. The nervous system can respond to the hum, to the rhythm, to the tone, to the vibration. And that's what's missing. And we're not saying that humming is going to heal everything. It's just the place where the healing starts. Music affects people through speakers. You got people that can call you and calm you through the phone. You got babies who can be soothed through recordings. Your body doesn't give a damn where the signal is coming from. All your body cares about is what state it carries. And see, the thing about the no talking is that belief divides people. Biology unites them. Y'all get that? Belief divides people. Biology will unite you. It'll show us our commonalities. Humming doesn't require an agreement. It doesn't require culture. Humming doesn't require ideology. Humming doesn't require, and it also doesn't trigger anything. Everyone has a nervous system. That's the entry point. And when you get your owner's manual, we're giving you these herbs all collectively coming together because we understand this science. We understand this science. And when humming is added to the regulatory practice, then the herbs that are systematically put together can go in and do their job, remineralizing the body, can go in and provide light instruction to the waters of the body. And when you get your soil good, then the seeds become in fertile ground. Then your seeds, your ideals, your creativity, your things that you want to do, your goals, your ambitions, your desires, they all begin to grow because they're in fertile environment. They're being incubated by a whole bunch of things in you that is promoting growth. That means financial growth. That means healing. That's also a community growth, family, if that's what you're looking for. And that's why we want to start this thing out with this humming, because I'm trying to cross barriers. And the best time for you to get this humming in is in the morning or in the evening before sleep, or even after major events in your life, after collective trauma, during global tension. It's okay to hum. Don't fight the chaos. Don't fight the chaos in your body. Don't fight against it. Let's regulate it. And for a funky measly $50, the owner's manual does that for you. If you guys have any questions or concerns about the owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you that information, okay? But how does frequency really change the world? Because the thing is that we can't keep talking. You can't change the world by convincing millions of people. You change the world by regulating people one person at a time. And when you start regulating thousands of people, those thousands will regulate hundreds. And those hundreds will regulate their own families. And those families will regulate their own communities. And when you have a bunch of regulated human beings, then we're going to react less, listen more, escalate things less, think clearer. We're going to choose better. And when I get you in that state, when you're in that state, there's nothing that can stop you from healing, from growing your wealth, from growing your family. When you get regulated, you can garden, you can grow your life, you can change your world. And that's how societies can stabilize. But that's also how I can stabilize your disease. As above, so below, as within, so without. So I'm giving you cues, not just for society, but for society of people, but for your society of your cells. This is societal regulation. Outside, external, and this is societal regulation, internal. This will regulate self, and this will regulate sales. I don't know what else to tell you. And when you get regulated, then the owner's manual herbs that you get based on your birthday and based on the scientific approach with all of that, now they come in, and then now they got fertile soil to do what they need to do. And this is a major component that's missing when you go to the doctor, when you go to the pastor, when you go to your therapist, and when you're going to herbalist. They don't know how to get you to do this because they're just trying to sell their products. But here's the thing, no matter what product you buy, no matter what you try, if you can't listen to me today, tell you that it's not about a mediator. You don't need something external. You need to learn that when you get into your problems, it is your voice, it is your vibration that must get back reconnected. You must get back into the melody, the orchestra, the symphony of life. And we're so far away that we've lost reception. And reception ain't just the receiver of the sound, but being receptive of new ideas, being receptive of new things, being receptive of new ways, being receptive of something different than the program. But a regulated body, it hears differently. It responds differently. It votes differently. It parents differently. It leads differently. And when you change the state, listen to what we're saying. When you change Georgia, when you change Florida, when you change Washington, D.C., when you change the state, the world follows. When you change the state, the behavior follows. You see that? And that's why talking can't do it no more, because words require agreement. Frequency only requires presence. All we want you to do is just show up and let nature do the rest for you. You show up and let nature do the rest for you. You don't need nothing else. And if you do need something else, you only need it after you're regulated. If you do need something else, you only need it after you regulate it. Okay? So we give you vibratory herbs. Somebody put in there vibratory herbs, all right? Somebody put in the chat vibratory herbs. And you need vibratory herbs because they're also going to come in and add more what? Light and also more frequency, right? Because light is measured in wavelengths. So light is frequency, okay? And light is frequency, and the water is going to move that frequency, okay, to where it needs to be to give the instructions. And your body knows all of these things, okay? Your owner's manual is your own vibratory herbs. All we require is a birthday. We don't need your blood type. We don't need a blood sample. We don't need no urine sample, no stool sample. We don't need no live culture from that little nasty bump down there. I don't require none of that. The thing that holds the most information on you is your birthday. The thing that holds the most information on you from a mama nature standpoint is the day you enter into nature. They call it a birthday nowadays. The day you broke open into the light, it gets recorded in the book of life. All right? The book of life is your birthday, not your death. The book of life, when you get recorded in the book of life, that's your birth certificate, not your death certificate. So you're being recorded in the book of life when you came into the time matrix. That's when you went from sound to light. But I'm telling you, the safest place was in sound. It was in water. The safest place was in the womb of the mother. The safest place you ever felt is when you couldn't see. It was only when you could hear. Y'all keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking, man. Keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast, all right? I'm working for mine. You work for yours, and let's heal together. Share, okay? Ironically, the time you felt the safest is when you only knew sound. Ironically, the time that you felt the safest is when you only recognized sound. And it was your sound in the womb. And it was mama's vibration. You didn't know what words mama was saying because you didn't know language in the womb. But all you heard was her vibration. Dad is vibration. Other siblings around mama, vibration. All that baby could hear to grow was sound. Your vibration is very much a piece, an ingredient to your ideals. They're very much an ingredient to the things that you want out of life. Your wants, needs, and desires must require sound and light. And you around here getting all this light, all this information. You around here getting all this instruction. But you've yet to be able to feel safe enough to get back into the sound. North and south, masculine energy. That's light. East to west, magnetic energy. That's sound. So the light is keeping you connected to heaven and earth. But how you extend out is through your frequency. So if I want to come, then what frequency do I send out for it? If I want healing to come into my body, HerbMan, what frequency do I need to send out to go catch healing? What frequency do I need to send out to go catch wealth? What frequency do I need to send out to go and catch me a big old fat family. You got to know what it takes to catch the wants, needs, and desires. And I'm telling you, you have to send out a regulated frequency. When your frequency is so chaotic, if you send chaos out, you get chaos back. But if I can regulate you and keep you steady and strong, then this sound will entrain the rest of the body. And everybody will be on this sound. Stability. So humming your voice instead of guided meditation, your voice instead of a sound bowls, your voice is the sound that's necessary. When you're missing something, you got to fulfill it, not an external instrumentation. When it's something that you need, you got to produce it. The executive producer didn't produce that beat for you. So you got to produce your own beat, your own sound. You got to executive produce your own vibration, your own TV show. You got to be the number one actor in your life. You got to be the number one singer in your life. You got to start looking for you. Entertainment, meaning that instead of you looking outside to be entertained, you need to start looking for entertainment. Not, you hear that? Entertainment or entertainment. I'm trying to get you to get entertainment. Entertainment. That's what we want you to do, not entertainment. You don't want something external trying to enter you to detain you in order for it to get into the brain. That's what entertainment means. It's detaining you long enough to enter you. So McDonald's will detain you for them little 30-second commercials long enough to enter into your psychology that, you know what, I want them chicken nuggets and that Big Mac. Wendy's or the car dealership, the bill commercials will sit there and try to detain you long enough with them 30 to 60-second commercials so that they can detain you long enough to enter into you, and then your ass say, you know what, let me get another 6-pack of bill. Let me go down there and look at Nissan tomorrow. Let me go over here and look at this Schlotsky's Deli. Let me go over here to American Deli. Let me go down and watch the game. Let me go, and because that's entertainment. So what I'm telling you to do, instead of getting external entertainment, let's get entertainment. Detain yourself long enough to get your own healing. Detain yourself long enough to get your own creative idea to change your life. Detain yourself long enough to catch your healing, to get the idea, to come up with the plan. It's hard, but it's foul. Trust me, I know. This is hard, but it's foul. And I'm telling you that humming can't heal everything. But humming gets the regulation. And then from the regulation, the body heals itself. And you have been buying medications without the regulation. You have been buying meditations without the regulation. You have been buying beliefs after beliefs. I'm just gonna put it like that, without the regulation. You've been buying therapy sessions without the regulation. You've been buying herbs left and right, drinking them, popping the pills, changing your diet left and right, but with no regulation. And without no regulation, you see very little change. And I'm teaching you that this is the first step. Regulate yourself. You know, we said back in the day, break yourself food, regulate yourself food. You got to regulate yourself, right? That's what we got to do. So you speaking to me for real, for real? Well, I'm speaking to the world. I'm speaking to the world. And there's so many people that you know, Jody. So if we can just regulate you, and then you learn how to regulate yourself, and then you teach the people around you. And that's how we start changing our inner world. And when we change our inner world, that's changing our disease. When we change our inner world, that's changing our challenges. That's changing our stumbling blocks. That's removing the obstruction. And who is obstructing the thing? You. So this humming is going to come in and be entertainment, and it's going to regulate the self and the cells. Now, you take scientifically blended herbs based on your birthday, and they're going to come in, and now they got this good soil to start to send the instructions. Heal the cancer, heal the tumor, heal the this, heal the that. You got the minerals that you need. You got the synergy that you need. You're getting the mitochondria energy that you need. You got all of the tools and materials you need to build a new you, inside and out. But you got to be regulated before we start the work on the building. We got to be regulated. So humming, and don't try to sing. Hum. The ugliest sound you can make is most often the more relieving sound. Okay? The more often you can do this, the more regulated you can be. And so right now, we'll do it right now. But when I do it, I'm not going to be talking. Okay? So if you guys want to do a humming session, put some ones in the chat. If you want to do a humming session, put some ones in the chat. Let's get us up to 50K. Okay? 50K. You want to do a humming session? 50K. Put some ones in the chat. If you keep tapping, I'll keep talking. And I'm going to show you. Now, here's the thing. Once you do the humming, stop, chill for a minute, listen to your body. And then if you want to pop your pill, if you want to do this or do that, take your herbs. If you want to do something behind it, fine. But don't do it before it. Don't do it before it. Okay? Once we get to 50K, we'll do the humming session, all right? But you must understand, this stuff is real medicine. And it's the least you can do. Don't cost you a dime. And so people say, well, HerbMan, why you be charging? I charge for the time that it takes for me to put all that information in your owner's manual that y'all receive. That ain't just no quick thing. That's why I tell y'all it normally takes 24 hours. But you're trying to listen to mama tell you about your brother or your sister based on their birthday, based on the day they entered into the matrix, based on the day they got the light, the instruction. And mama is saying that baby born on that day has some tendencies, physical tendencies. They got some spiritual tendencies. And if they don't know thyself, those tendencies will end up being uncircumventable. They will end up being the stumbling blocks because the person did not know thyself well enough. So you didn't circumvent the triggers because you didn't know the tendency. And a lot of times out of our ignorance, we're creating the stress. We're creating the industries. We're creating the diseases, the imbalances, because we just don't know what lies ahead. And that stresses us out. That stresses us out to not have control over your money. That stresses you out to not be able to say no to your boss and fear losing your job. That stresses you out to live check to check. How can we heal? It don't matter how many amount of pills I'm popping if I'm still stimulated because I'm stressed the hell out. Yes, I won't be able to make it past this disease. So it is in this non-regulation, which is why these medications and these meds, these mediators are not working. Okay? That's why they're not working. So what we want to do is just come in and provide this little information really quick to you to understand that you need to regulate first before you pop any type of medications. And also you want to regulate first before you drink your teas from HerbMan Inc. Whether you go on my website and buy my detoxes, I'm going to still ask for you to regulate yourself first. Whether you buy the high blood pressure blend, I would still like for you to regulate yourself first. If you don't want the owner's manual, but you want to buy my high blood sugar blend, I would still like for you to. I can't make you. But we would just like for you to regulate before you take anything. And you'll start seeing the difference in the results. We're almost at 50K. You guys keep tapping. Let's do a global humming. Okay? And again, this doesn't take no belief, no effort. We're not trying to do anything. We're not trying to fix nothing. We're trying to feel something. Somebody put that in the chat. We're not trying to fix nothing. We're trying to feel something. Okay? If you want to come up on the chat, you guys can. You can put me in the chat and come on up here. Okay? But we have blends for all your stuff, right? So if you got issues with blood, issues with your blood plasma, okay? So you say, well, what are blood plasma diseases? All right? So high blood pressure, hypertension, right? Strokes, aneurysms, all right? If you had a heart attack, inflammatory issues, especially dealing with the heart, diabetes, which is blood sugar issues, autoimmune issues also can be in the blood plasma. Okay, if you've ever heard of sepsis, which is a full body, basically toxicity, anemia, especially you having low iron deficiency, that's a blood plasma thing. If you got leukemia, that's a blood plasma thing. We have herbs for that. We actually have a proprietary blend that can help out with all of that. Okay, that can help out with all of that, right? Herbs in there like Irish moss, bladderwrack, nettles, barberry root, burdock root, yellow dock, blessed thistle, valerian root, etc., etc. These are the herbs that we scientifically know that can come in and help calm the waters. Okay? So if you're dealing with these things in the blood, we got a formula for you. Lymph herbs. Okay, these are vibratory herbs. These are going to send vibrations through these waters. Okay. If you got lymphatic issues, we have lymph herbs, vibratory lymph herbs. Okay. So lymph diseases can be what? Lymphedema. You got boils. Chronic infections all the time. I always say a boil means infections. Okay. Certain type of immune disorders as well. Right. Autoimmune diseases also can affect the lymph. Certain allergies, most allergies, I would say, needs to be dealt with through the lymph. What else we got? If you're dealing with adrenal swelling, that's going to be lymph. Okay? If you're dealing with cellulite, hello somebody, cellulite, that's lymphatic. Okay? If you're dealing with eczema, if you're dealing with psoriasis, if you're dealing with acne, these are lymph. If you're dealing with edema, which is swelling, if you got puffy face, if you got swollen joints, these are lymph. And we got vibratory herbs that we put together, like blue vervain and hydrangea root, and blessed thistle, and Irish moss, yellow dock, and burdock. Some of those herbs put together in a synergistic way can provide that those waters need. You got to DM me, Fat and Fabulous. DM me. Anybody need anything from me, you DM me, and we'll guide you in the right way. Okay. Then you got extracellular fluid, right? Remember the intracellular fluid that's inside the cell? Well, they got diseases that get attached to them too. So your intracellular diseases are cancers for the most part. Mitochondrial disorders, genetic predispositions, metabolic syndrome. So the metabolic syndrome is if you got like high blood pressure, diabetes, high blood sugar. I'm sorry, if you got high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and then you got a 40-inch waist, and then you got, all these different things. So I think it's 3 out of the 5. If you got 3 out of those 5, you are considered to have metabolic syndrome. Well, then that's more of an intracellular thing now, because you got 3, 4 out of 5 of these things. So now you're starting to get more of a overwhelming breakdown. If you're dealing with insulin resistance, intracellular. If you're dealing with immune failure, immune deficiencies, that's intracellular. If you're dealing with early aging, if you're dealing with neurodegenerative issues, that's intracellular. If you're dealing with oxidative stress disorders, that's inside the cell. And we got herbs for you. We got synergistic blend. Herbs like Irish moss, bladderwrack, nettles, blue vervain, and burdock, just to name a few, are going to be a part of that blend, because we know that those herbs help give the raw material that the inside of that cell needs. Okay? That's what we're trying to teach you. They're also giving our vibe. You got extracellular diseases. If you're dealing with acid reflux, if you're dealing with GERDs, if you're dealing with ulcers, if you're dealing with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, if you're dealing with Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, if you're dealing with gallbladder diseases, if you're dealing with pancreas issues, if you're dealing with leaky gut, if you're dealing with fungus or candida, if you're dealing with food allergies, nutrient deficiencies, even hormonal imbalances, are all extracellular, around the cell, outside the cell. And if we know where the diseases in the cells are coming from, do you not know that Mama also told us the herbs to use? Like, we know that for the extracellular, outside the cell, horsetail is very valuable. Hydrangea, barberry root, nettle, Irish moss, to name a few. So if you got a collection of these things, we know what you need. There's no more do we got to figure. When you have a system like this, Mama knows you, she covered everything. So you also have the interstitial. And the interstitial is the fluid in between the cells. And the interstitial also can be affected by diseases. Again, edema, water retention. That's an interstitial thing as well. Metabolic acidosis. Remember, the kidneys produce the metabolic acidosis. That's an interstitial. Some hypertension can be interstitial. Some chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, adrenal issues. All of this can be interstitial. Kidney stress, electrolyte imbalance, muscle cramps. You get a lot of this from kidney problems. So if you're dealing with kidney problems, it's an interstitial thing. We know what herbs to give you for that. The bag is out. Mama know how to heal us. And then you got folks that got arthritis and joints and bone issues. We got you covered too, because that's a fluid called the synovial fluid. And there are diseases that can come out of the synovial fluid. Okay? Again, like arthritis, rheumatoid, osteoarthritis. If you're feeling joint stiffness, if you got cartilage degeneration, even gout, if you got tendinitis, bursitis, if you keep getting lower back pain, if you got knee and hip degeneration, then that's synovial. And we got herbs for you for that. If you didn't know, ain't nothing too hard for God. Your problems is not too hard to be resolved. But there are things that you're missing. That's the only thing, is information that you're missing. And one of them is the reason why all of this stuff you done did over all of these years you've been doing it ain't worked, because you've been doing it under stimulation, not regulation. Somebody put that in the chat. You've been doing it under stimulation, not regulation. And when we get to this 50K right here, we're going to regulate. We're going to globally hum. You don't have to say nothing. We ain't going to talk no more. We're just going to hum. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual for a funky measly $50, this is the opportunity that we're offering for each and every person to get the guide in their own hands. And then you start servicing yourself. You start maintaining yourself. You start producing the longevity and the optimal performance. And you start getting the best usage out of this experience that you can possibly do. And your owner's manual, every owner's manual to anything manufactured, always promises those three things: optimal performance, the most usage, and the longevity that you can get out of that piece of equipment. And the owner's manual for you is no difference. It's going to provide you an opportunity to get optimal performance out of your life experience, optimal usage out of your life experience, and longevity. Ain't that what makes equipment great? When you get all them years out your home, all them years out your car, all them years out them clothes, they mean something to you. So you want to be able to get all these years out your body. Read your owner's manual. Read your owner's manual, man. Everybody came in with an owner's manual. You got recorded in life whether they gave you a birth certificate or not. Whether the doctors know when, whether your mama know when, or whether you know when. It doesn't mean nothing, because there is still a when you came in. And I'm telling you that when you came in, there's no lost soul coming in this thing. There's no nobody forgotten, that nobody snuck in and snuck through. That's why you got to come through the veil. So it is no sneaking. You get accounted for. There's no way to come into this world except through the legs of a woman, through the womb and the waters of life. So you can't sneak in. And because you can't sneak in, you get for sure recorded, whether they got paperwork where you come in at, whether you in a hospital or not, whether you was at the doula, whether you was at the midwife, or whether you was in the backyard in the woods somewhere. That baby got recorded. You got recorded. And that's how much you're needed. That's how much you're relevant. Regardless of what your parents know about your interest in, regardless of what your forefathers know about your interest in. Nature knows you. And it doesn't know you by name. It knows you by number. It knows you by frequency. It knows you by sound. Mama know the sound of a baby's crying in the wilderness. But you don't cry no more. You don't laugh no more. You don't dance no more. You don't hum no more. So we're losing reception from mama. And if the baby can't hear your voice, how will the baby survive? And when you go back to nature, you got to go back to baby status. And you don't want to do that. Yes, sir. When you go to God, you got to go humble, meek. You got to go back to baby status if you want to be taken care of. Therefore, we have to strengthen our frequency, strengthen our reception. And the more you start hearing yourself, the more you'll start hearing the voice of the nature within. And minutes to come up on the chat. All right, keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. I give you guys 5 minutes. Put me in the chat. We'll bring you up so that we can just collectively do it. If not, after 5 minutes, we're just gonna go in. I'm not gonna wait too much longer. Okay. If you guys are wanting to come on in, put me in the chat. We'll bring you on up. Okay. I have my moderator bring you on up, and we'll do it together. But even in the quietness of your home, you can do this. If you're in the truck, you can do this. If you're driving, listening, you can do this, okay? Right? All right? So let's do it now. Everybody that's coming into the room, let's do it now. I'll wait till you guys come on in. 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 Let's come. Let's hum it out. Come. Let's hum it out. Come. Yes, come on in. Go on and fill up the screen. Come on in. I'm finna show y'all what love looks like. I'm finna show y'all what love feels like. I'm finna show you what love sounds like. The only thing I want you to understand is that it's not gonna come from an outside source. It's gonna come from you. Unmute your mics, you guys. Let's go. Let's get it. No belief, no effort. No belief, no effort. Just drop your jaws. Drop your shoulders. Slowly inhale and hum out the breath. You notice your body? You always want to pay attention to them shoulders because they'll inch up on you. Keep them dropped. Pay attention to that jaw. It'll tighten up on you. Loosen it up. Pay attention to your tongue. It'll fly to the top of the roof of your mouth. Let it down. Notice the body. What you're feeling is not imagination. That's regulation. And it's subtle. The world doesn't need louder voices. It needs steadier nervous systems. And again, humming won't fix everything, but it will slow the chaos. It will soften the blows of life. It will create the pause. Humming will restore humanity's baseline frequency. And when the baseline changes, everything else can follow. And this is experience, where we're not bringing you on to change your mind, but to change your state. There's so many people trying to change our people's mind instead of the state. And you can't change my mind through a TV screen, and I got to go back to poverty right after I shut you off. You really can't change my life no matter what you say to me through these things if I got to go back to the same old life. So instead of us trying to influence one another to change our minds, what can we produce that can be so effective that it can change and alter the states of the people? And what I realized that the most powerful that I can teach you is that it's not for me to get up here with an external sound bowl. And I have nothing against these things. It is not. We already had those things. We already had sound bowls. We already had the drums. We already had the cymbals. We already had meditation. We already had, and look how we still more fucked up human beings than we've been ever in life. So is it working? Y'all tell me. Is it working? And the reason why it's not working is because it's not your voice. The reason why it's not working is because it required your sound. The reason why it wasn't working is because it required your actions. Healing is not a passive thing. It is a participatory thing. But what I'm learning is to remove myself out of the way. Stop trying to talk to people. If you can't figure out a way to collectively unify people, then you're not researching. If all I want to do is sell me to you and say that I know this and nobody else knows it and you should pay me for it, that's asinine, that's criminal, and that's industry. But this is not an industry, it's a ministry. So you try to find, you're like, damn God, I've been here 46 years. Nothing is working. Not church, not imams, not Jewish, it doesn't matter what you believe. What atheists ain't working. Not believing don't work. Believing don't work. What is going to work? Listen to me, you guys. Believing is not working and not believing is not working. So what's going to work? And what I realized is that these social media platforms, you guys are still looking for stars, but it is you are the star. You're looking for shows and you're looking for people to lead you, but it is your voice that you're seeking. It is your sound that you're really looking for. And I'm just trying to tell you that you're right. It's not through an external instrument. Your healing is through you being able to illuminate what you came in with. And you came in with sound and vibration and frequency. So you don't need external. You need internal. Okay? And I didn't hear none of y'all humming, but it's all good. It's all good. You know, the bottom line is that you should impute this into your body, into your life, way before you do anything. Even when you're coming on social media, regulate first so you don't get triggered by anything that you see. Even if you go into church, whatever, regulate first before you open yourself up to it, so that you can respond slowly. You can perceive correctly. And that's how you heal yourself. That's how you tap into intuitiveness to get the answers for you that you need. And a lot of you guys are seeking healing and you came to the right place. Now just do the right thing and know that you need to heal yourself and stop being codependent and let us show you the way. All right. I love you guys, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. All right. And if you guys got questions, if you got concerns, if you got diseases that I didn't mention that you feel like you want to mention and you want to talk about it, please DM me, email me. If you know what you want, go to the website, do what you need to be doing. All right. Peace. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. I love you guys. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, peace. Hum it out. Hum it out. Peace. Hum it out. All I want, all I is to heal. Oh yeah. All I want is to heal. Oh yeah. All I want is to heal. Yes. If you're still listening, just hum. Yes, yes. All I want. Come on. All I want is to heal. Yes. Yes. Last time. Hum it. Yes. 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 Thank you for regulating me. Thank you for regulating me. I feel somebody doing it. Somebody getting a breakthrough. Cry it out. Cry. It's okay. I know you ain't heard your own voice in a long time, your own vibration. Let mama hold you again. Mama telling you it's okay. Let it go, baby. Let go, cancer. You got cancer. Cancer ain't got you. Let go, diabetes. You have it. It doesn't have you. Let it go. Autoimmune disease. Drop it. You got it. It ain't got you. Oh, mama loves you. Mama say, can you hear her? Can you still hear mama's voice? Mm. Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace. 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 Peace.